Welcome to Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday. On behalf of Debbie with the Y McKinney, Olivia Vo, and myself, we want to welcome each of you. We've got several people out today due to the fact that we have tons of events going on, and I can't wait to hear about some of the things that have been involved in this past week and following. If you are a newbie, open up your chat, and this would be the time that you put your name in there and tell us who invited you. We're going to allow you an opportunity here in just a minute to introduce yourself. My name is Nancy Gaskins, and I host and facilitate a variety of these structured platforms for entrepreneurs and small business owners to gather, connect, partner, and profit. We're a group of global entrepreneurs that come together each week to challenge and inspire one another. We celebrate milestone achievements, we share best practices, tips, tools, resources, and we practice our elevator pitches and offers. And we participate in monthly mastermind sessions designed to help one another rise higher, go further, faster. Eagles don't hang out with turkeys, chickens, or vultures. There's something magical that happens when a group of entrepreneurs from around the world get together in the same room. Do you have all the right connections? If not, you are in the right place. So at this time, I'd like to go around the room and let you do a 30-second introduction and tell us who you are and what you do and who invited you. Gabe, I will start with you. Go ahead, sir.
Great, wonderful. Well, good morning, Sharks, or good afternoon. My name is Gabe O'Neill. I'm with Digital Accelerant. I am the godfather of the digital business card. If you pull out your phone and text the word Gabe to the number 21,000, my card, along with all of its wondrous things, will land strictly on your phone. The great thing about our digital card is when people text our keyword, we capture that cell phone number, and all I have to do is get you guys to remember Gabe to 21,000. You've got an endless supply of my digital card. So I'd love to see you guys checking it out. And Nancy invited me. I had a one-on-one with her a week and a half ago.
All right. Thank you. We're so glad you're here. Oh, look who's here. Laura Armstrong. Come on down. Welcome. Glad to see you here today. You are on mute. You just thought you pushed that button, girlfriend.
Let me get my act together.
There you go.
Yeah, it's great to see some people that I know. So I'm super excited to be here, everybody. So my name is Laura Armstrong. I'm a leadership accelerator and communication expert. And as a 3-time world champion martial artist, I help you develop the skills, give you the tools, and map out the action plan to reach your full potential. It will fast track you on the road to extraordinary leadership and communication success. And Helen Snell is the person who invited me to this group, and Nancy as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Allison Coyle. Welcome.
Hi, so my name is Allison, and I am just starting out a career as a financial representative. And I actually just found the meeting on Meetup. I don't think anybody referred me, so I'm happy to be here. And I'm just looking to learn about different businesses and kind of just get started in the industry. So happy to hear everyone.
Thank you. Glad you could make it. And that would be me if you found me on Meetup.
Thank you.
So great. Mary Marshall, welcome.
Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. My name's Mary Marshall. I am a nurse concierge, and I'm in Ohio, but can work with clients anywhere. I help people who are really dealing with chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, autoimmune disease, and cancer. And I help them use diet, lifestyle, and something called informed healthcare decision-making to make a plan for their best health with confidence and hope. And Balbir Pabila invited me. We met in a different networking group, and in a one-on-one she gave me the invite to this meeting.
Well, we're glad you could make it. Nancy Evans is a member of our tribe, but since she's been out for so long, substitute teaching on Fridays. Nancy, if you're there, if you don't mind, come on for a minute, introduce yourself so everybody can see your lovely face and remember who you are. She said she wasn't going to be able to stay very long. She just wanted to come on and say Merry Christmas to everyone. So I'll give her the opportunity. If she's within my ear range, if y'all see her pop on, let me know. Haley, would you like to go next? Miss Little Elf. Me and her looks like we're the only festive ones on here. I'll have to take a look.
Well, in my family, it's Hanukkah today, so I thought I'll do my ugly Christmas sweater because those are easier to find. My name's Haley Patry. I'm a guest today of the lovely and fabulous Miss Kate Ungers. I am a coach in 3 specific areas: happiness, relationships, and success. But my sweet spot is helping couples heal after the trauma of infidelity. And one of my favorite things to do in the world is get a couple in 90 days to renewing their vows, restoring joy in their home, and especially if there's been trauma. And so, as a happily married mama of 3, second time around, there's love after divorce, there's happiness after trauma, and there's good in your future. Happy to be here today.
Welcome. What a wonderful cause that you have there. Goodness gracious. All right, let's see here. We have Eveline Joseph. Welcome. You are on mute. You are on mute, Eveline.
I am.
There you go.
Can you hear me clearly?
I can.
Wonderful. Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Friday. I'm Eveline Joseph. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I help couples plan their destination weddings and honeymoon. You know, it's time consuming. There's a lot of details involved, and I help take the weight off of planning by being there to help them select their destination for their wedding as well as their honeymoon. And I help them with all the details that go into planning the wedding. I'm there in a supportive role, and also I have a hands-on approach where I'm with them throughout the process, connecting them with the right all-inclusive resort in Mexico or the Caribbean, and connecting them with the wedding coordinator at the resort, helping them book their travels as well as their guests, but being there in a supportive role along the way and not just passing them off to, you know, the wedding coordinator at the resort. I have a hands-on approach because I think that day should be memorable and no details missed. And I want them to, at the end of the day, have the fairy tale wedding that they dreamed of.
Well, we're so glad you come. And who referred you?
Juanita, we haven't met, but Juanita and I are in the same group. We're in a group with other travel agents, and Juanita stands out in that group because she shows up with live video posting. I was so impressed and motivated by her because I'm doing more live posts myself and showing
There you go.
up.
Let me tell you, Juanita stands out wherever she goes. Juanita
And
stands
it's
out
amazing.
wherever she goes. So welcome. We're so glad that you're here.
Thank you,
Welcome,
Juanita.
welcome.
Thank you all.
I learned all of that from Nancy and Olivia. Go live.
There you
Yes,
go.
yes,
There
yes.
you go. Okay, let's look around. And did I miss any of our visitors? Help me look around and make sure I didn't miss anybody. All right, now what we do as part of our fun time is each week we have a theme, and this is for our screenshots. So we don't do just the dull, screenshots of everybody looking everywhere or, multitasking. And this week's theme was name your favorite movie or your favorite Christmas carol. And at this time, we're going to do our screenshots, and we've got a couple of screens here. So what I do is I count down to 3. And then I do a screenshot. So if everybody will get ready, get your screens, your virtual screens up.
Oh,
or whatever you have. Sometimes you'll have a prop, and that's fine too. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1. There was screenshot 1. Here we go to the next one. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to do one more just for good measure. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you very much.
I didn't have one.
And we have one more week before we go on to our Christmas break. And what would we want our theme to be for next week? Anybody? Unmute your mics.
Well, I thought last week we discussed we were going to do gratitude for the year.
Yes, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. You're exactly right. We're going to have a session full of gratitude. Love that. Love that. Love that. And like
So-
I said, it can be, you know, a background. It can be something that you hold. And then the next thing that we do is we're going to go around the room for a 30-second introduction. And at the end, what we want you to do is whatever that theme was, you can share it. For example, mine is, who knows what mine is behind me? Does anybody recognize that?
It's a wonderful,
wonderful
life.
life.
Wonderful world.
Yes, It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart. And this is a tradition that my family does every year. Grandkids, whether they want to or not, everybody sits down and we watch that movie. And we did. And it's a fabulous movie. So, Claudio, we're going to start with you. And Marcia, welcome back.
Mhm.
Are you able to do our timekeeping today? All right. 30 seconds on the clock for your intro. Go.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Claudio. I'm with a company called Cash FX, and we will help you create the easiest passive income you'll ever see. How many of you love to get up in the morning and check how much interest you made the day before in the bank? I do. I do it every day, and it's amazing to see the figures. We've been averaging amazing money since we started back in November of last year, and we certainly hope the trend will continue. So let me show you the money.
Oh, I like that.
Hashtag the money guy.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Barry, I know you're cutting short today. So would you like to go next?
Well, no, it was the other way. I was going to come on late, but that got pushed back. So if you want somebody else to go, or I'll go.
Go ahead, Barry.
Well, thank you so much. And hi, everybody. And I work with you and your family to take care of your health, your beauty, and your well-being by introducing you to North America's #1 online wellness shopping club with naturally powered, high-performance, exceptional products at reasonable prices. So I'd love to do a one-on-one so we can refer each other. And I'll introduce you to Melaleuca, the wellness company. My calendar's in the chat. Hashtag Melaman.
And what would be your favorite movie or Christmas Carol?
You already stole the movie. It's a Wonderful Life. Couldn't be better.
Marsha, would you like to go next?
Sure, thank you. Do you find yourself having too many mindless dates with the fridge? Well, as the author of 4 books, I love working with entrepreneurs like you. Reinvent your relationship with your body and your energy so that you can finally make peace with food and be comfortable in your body. And so go into the chat and put in hashtag daily accountability if you would like to have a session for 20 minutes.
Your favorite movie or Carol?
Joy to the World.
All right. Thank you. Helen Snell, Miss Storyteller.
Good morning or afternoon, I guess it is. Sorry. So I am Helen Harwood Snell with Red Lines. And in discovering my own voice and my own story, I was really able to elevate my business. So I use storytelling to make emotional and meaningful connections between entrepreneurs and their audience. I provide biographies, profiles, web content, and marketing materials. And I also cover 4 different styles of communication to reach all of your potential clients. If you would like to book a discovery call with me for half hour for free, please connect hashtag storyteller. And my favorite, I went a little different. I went with a book because we love to read stories at our house. So behind me is Santa Claus. So one of my favorites is The Night Before Christmas.
Ah, good one. Good one. Miss Olivia Vo, the LinkedIn Authority, Visibility.
Hey there, everyone. Happy holidays. My name is Olivia. I am the LinkedIn Visibility Authority. So you may have not been on LinkedIn for a while because you are not looking for a job, but did you know LinkedIn is a great place for a marketing funnel? So my goal is to help you become more visible on LinkedIn. I do this through my unique training webinars on Zoom. So we do meet weekly on Tuesdays and Wednesdays now. So I will include the link, the registration link in the chat, hashtag LinkedIn.
Thank you. Juanita
And
Harvey.
I'm
I'm sorry. No, go ahead, Olivia. I apologize.
That's okay. I don't have a particular favorite movie, but I do love to binge watch Hallmark. So I will watch like the Hallmark, countdown to Christmas movies.
That's all my mama's been doing since she's been here. Juanita Harvin, come on down.
Well, hello, everyone. And my name's Juanita Harvin. I am the founder and CEO of Your Way Tours. We are a full-service travel agency and a military family-owned business. We'd like to be your global travel agency for your global adventures. We specialize in European adventures to castle, vineyards, ancestry tours, and wellness tours around the globe affordably. Dream now, plan now, travel now. Hashtag global tours and trips. And right behind me, you see Home Alone. That was one of those American movies that hit Germany and all around the world. And we could all relate to that young little fella being shocked.
Thank you. Kate Unger.
Hi, my name is Kate. She already said that. I am your inside out image consultant and healthy lifestyle consultant. And I just wanted to touch on, again, the importance of color. The importance of color. You have 7 seconds to impact. People see color even before style. And so the impact that that has, are you attracting or distracting? Last night, as many of you heard, we had a workshop where people were absolutely lit up and excited about the information that they got. Hashtag in the chat if you would like to be notified for our next workshop. We will probably be doing it only one more time at the price that we did last night, which is only $20. And we'll let you know when the upcoming date for that will be. So if anyone is interested in getting your 4 colors and getting color matched for your makeup, which is so powerful, and to learn how to apply it, let me know. Color Me Beautiful in the chat.
And your favorite?
My favorite, I have to go with Juanita. I actually love Christmas movies and I watch Hallmark, but Home Alone, I never thought, and I didn't see it till last year. My husband said, "You haven't seen Home Alone?"
Wow.
I laughed my face off and now I've seen every single one of them.
There are sequels as well to Home Alone.
Yes.
2 and
yes,
3.
that's-
But
yeah,
none like
Yeah, I
ours.
watched them. Yeah. I'm waiting for the next one.
Miss Sara Bazan, come on down.
Hi, everyone. I am the Destiny Designer. I empower entrepreneurs to show up powerfully on video. I have a 4-week live online course that I'm going to be doing again in January, and I will offer to you all a discount. So hashtag video. And it's an opportunity for you to start doing videos and make them profitable and make them convert. So if you've been putting it off and want to do videos, reach out to me, hashtag video, and I look forward to talking to you all and would love to have you in the course and see you shine. The course is called Courage to Shine.
I need that.
And what is your favorite movie or song?
You know, I always love The Little Drummer Boy. I like the message. I'm
Very
a
good.
musician too.
And visitors, you may be wondering what all this use of the hashtags are. One of the things that we have taught inside this group, as well as in other networking groups, is sometimes when, we can have up to 100 in this particular group at any one time. And sometimes your messages get discombobulated and, people are just chatting. And we are a referral group. We're a referral partnership group. And so one of the things that we do when you come in here, it's known and accepted that you're going to be followed up. People want to meet you. They want to learn about what it is that you do. So one of the ways that you can cut through the clutter is you need to come up with, and it's also part of your branding, come up with a unique hashtag that everybody can identify with you. If you'll see on my card up there, mine is hashtag show me the money. And that's the one on all of my marketing materials and all of that. And we have the accountability coach. We have, the money guy, the travel guy, all of these different things. So eventually, after you come in here a couple of times, you'll begin to recognize folks. And so it is a branding, but it's also a way to cut through the clutter. You can quickly go through the chat. We do allow you to save your chat after some don't, but we do because that's what we're here for. You can quickly go down through there and look for your hashtag so that you can follow up with those people first. So that's kind of, if you're hearing that and wondering what we're doing, that's what that is. So thank you very much. And we will continue on. Let's see here. We have Jeffrey, welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be back. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Berger, a certified health and integrative wellness coach. Are you looking to find your mental fitness? I help entrepreneurs improve their psychological vigor, physical energy, mental acuity, and emotional well-being. Mental fitness, a holistic concept, consists of focus, confidence, stress resilience, and ability to manage pressure. Do you relate to one or more? Mental wellness is the new physical health and the foundation to everything. And are you looking to get some of your psychological vigor back? Let's chat. Enter hashtag mental fitness.
And your favorites?
And it, like Sarah, it's the little drummer boy.
Oh, isn't that cute? Very good. Mary Long, come on down.
My name's Mary, and I'm a doctoral candidate for integrative medicine. So that means that I study both Eastern and Western healing modalities. And I help people to transform their lives, their spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being.
I can't hear.
Mary, can you speak up just a little bit or turn your mic up? You're a little bit low.
Sure, I just don't have a lot of confidence.
Oh, come on. We all know who you are. This gal is like one of the most intelligent human beings on the planet. Go for it, Mary.
Okay, guys. Hey, I'll talk louder. So my name's Mary. I'm a student of integrative medicine. I'm a engineer turned med student. I'm working on my doctorate right now. And
Fantastic.
so I study integrative medicine. So that means I study both Eastern and Western medical practices. So I'm like a really multicultural type of person. I help people to transform their spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being using natural medicine and health and therapeutic practices. So I'm a Reiki master, I'm a yoga teacher, and I work as a spiritual counselor. For example, I read people's angel cards or their tarot cards, and I provide spiritual and emotional counseling. So yeah, I teach people coping skills and guide them on their journey to wellness. My offer for the group is I'm offering angel card readings because it's Christmas. So if anybody wants to join me for a 20-30-minute session, we can dive into that. Just put hashtag angel cards in the chat box.
And your favorite holiday movie?
My favorite holiday is probably How the Grinch Stole Christmas because he's such a grump and it turns out well in the end.
If y'all haven't seen my Facebook page this morning, I invite y'all to check it out because somebody's fabulous. See me in my Grinch costume.
It is awesome looking.
Hey.
Who is doing all of this planning for you?
Hey, sister, you know, I'm all about the costumes. It don't matter what holiday. Oh, man. Queen Lori Scott, come on down, darling.
Darling. Hi, everyone. Yes, that's it. I am all about the earth, and I don't know, I was going to say, does anyone care about food? But who doesn't care about food? So I am all about creating healthy food and helping you become empowered in growing your own food. I can do that with simplistic gardening and simplistic green products will help you grow your own food, take control of your life, and have your own food source. And after this year, I think that's on everyone's point of mind, and I can support you in becoming more self-sufficient and taking care of the earth in the time being as well. Hashtag the Queen of Green.
And what's your favorite movie?
I like the Tim Burton crazy midnight nightmare on Christmas. It's so bizarre and offbeat, but I love that one.
All right, thank you. Jock McLeese.
Hi, Jock McLeese, Enchanted Marketing. I do several things, but how would you like to be top of mind throughout the year with your customers, potential customers? I have a gift card app that works differently from most, where person pulls it up on their phone, they go into shop, and They just simply put in the amount of the purchase instead of giving a credit card, they buy it, and a discount goes automatically to a virtual wallet that you can use later to buy other things. It's white labeled for your business. So anytime you give it to a customer, they're going to be, every time they shop through the year, they're going to be reminded of you. And they're going to save, instead of just giving them a single gift card or a pen or something like that, because it's white labeled, they're going to see you, and they also typically will save $400 during the year. So a win-win. Hashtag promo. Christmas movie, I like all the ones everybody's mentioned, and I have crashed out 3 times trying to bring up a background from White Christmas, and each time it's booted me out and I've had to get back in. So,
Well, that is a good one. Nancy Evans, are you available yet, or have you already checked out? All right, Michelle Drake, are you available? All right, let's go on to our next topic. This is where we go into celebrations, kudos, all of those different type of things. And the first one that I want to do is, let me just tell you what a small world this is. Okay, we have visitors, we have a co-op, and so we like to make money together. We like to do business together, but we like to make money together. So I'm constantly looking for projects and different things that we can invest our time and resources in. So I was very excited because I use Airbnb, and I was very excited to get that in my box that they finally went public. I mean, I was just like jumping up and down doing somersaults because I know the travel industry has been really hurting due to COVID, right? I mean, I was shocked because it went through the roof only under DoorDash. Okay, this just happened. And so I immediately run in there and I got on the chat with Olivia, okay, my partner in crime. And I said, Olivia, look what just happened, you know, blah, 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 blah. And we're sitting here talking about it. I said, I'm going to run this through the co-op and see if everybody's interested. If we can get in on this now, would be a great time, right? And so she says, Nancy, did you know that I placed the consultant that was working on their IPO? She said,
Wow.
I didn't know that. I've been so busy. She said, I'm going to contact him and congratulate him. Okay, so now I'm really excited because here we are. This is something real. This is happening in current events. So she then calls me back later, and Olivia, I'm going to turn that over to you. How exciting is this?
Yes, it's so exciting. So for those of you who are just meeting me, I do have a professional recruiting career for technology. And in my previous company, I worked for Airbnb. They were one of our clients. And so I was placing contractors for them. And in November 2018, they had rolled out this project where they were looking for a very specific consultant to help them with their initial public offering. And they needed someone with revenue, finance, accounting, and stock administration. I mean, totally like out of the blue, but I was able to find a successful consultant. And so I placed him, and he has been on that project. And this was 2 years ago. And so it's very exciting to see all this come together. And I hadn't talked to him in over a year. And so I immediately called him and looked up the chat.
And what was interesting is, you know me, first thing I said was, did he get a cut? You know, I want to know, because this is an IPO. This is when overnight millionaires and gazillionaires and billionaires are made, folks. This is how it's done. You work your butt off, you get all the way up to this point. This is your payday. Okay. So secretaries, receptionists, anybody that's involved with that, you know, they woke up, you know, yesterday morning, a little bit wealthy. And unfortunately, because he was a consultant, the way things were laid out, he didn't, but he got paid very well for the job that he did. And so then Olivia goes into this thing where she's talking to him, and she's teaching him and telling him what he needs to do with his LinkedIn. Well, Nancy's radar is going off, and I'm saying, Olivia, you need to tell him what this is one of the things that you do now. You've not talked to him in 2 years, so he don't know that this is in your repertoire, and you need to do this for him, because that's what she does, right? So you guys need to be thinking just something like this. This was totally not planned, but she needs to go back and, build on that relationship and let him know what she can do for him now. And that's going to open up doors for him because he wasn't known for that. One of the things that he said to her was, Olivia, I don't even know how you found me for that job, because that was not on his list. I can do IPOs. That wasn't on there. So that just goes to show you the strength of, what Olivia's mindset is and all the things that she can do. So anyways, I just wanted to congratulate Olivia on that. Another thing that I noticed was, and I posted this last night too, part of our organization here is we have actually 15% of all revenue that comes in is donated. We got 10 to tithe, 10 to charity, and 5% for random acts of kindness. So I'm very generous, and we're very philanthropic in everything that we do. And I noticed I'm a Dave Ramsey coordinator and financial coach. You may not know who it is, and he is the entree leadership guy. He has built an empire from the ground up, debt-free. He's done it all with cash. And one of the things that he's done for Christmas, his organization, is they went and bought $10 million worth of debt from a credit agency, a collection bureau, and he paid off people's medical bills and their vehicle bills. Him and his wife, he was a young millionaire in real estate, and they lost it all and went through terrible times, went through lawsuit after lawsuit. His bank foreclosed on him, not anything he did, but the bank was taken over and called his loans. And he was a young, 20-something year old with, let's just say, $10 million worth of real estate, and they thought that was risky. No big deal, because he was on it back then. And so he's a firm believer in zero debt. And I just thought, you know what? That's the kind of generosity that I want to have, to be able to go in there and write a check for $10 million to pay off people's debt. I can't fathom I can, but I'm just saying, quit thinking small, people. Quit thinking small. I would have never thought to do that. I would have thought, I'm into random acts of kindness. You go around, you see somebody needs something, throw them $20 or, this. But to literally think that I'm going to go into a collection bureau, because he hates those people, because they hounded him so bad and they used poor tactics and all that stuff when him and his wife was going through his bankruptcy. So to be able to go in there and do that, oh my goodness, that was just.
Yeah, I really appreciated you putting that out. That was fantastic. And what did you say? You knew this guy, or you just saw it?
No, I work with his organization, and I'm a financial coach, and I love what he does, and I have modeled this business off of the things that he teaches. And so anyways, it makes me so proud, proud of him. So who else has some kudos or celebrations? Kate, congratulations on your first event there. That sounds like that was very successful. I want to do that. I can't wait. Anybody else? We're not going to talk events right now. We're just going to talk maybe some celebrations. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
So yeah, thank you, Nancy. So last week I was a guest speaker at a healing summit, which went extremely well. There were 14 speakers at that, and I just wrapped up a trauma summit that's going to open up for viewing between December 27th to the 30th. It's free, and I'll send out the link to that for those 4 days, but then there's an opt-in for viewing the videos afterwards. But very humbled to be part of those two summits in regards to health and wellness.
And while you're on here, you wasn't here because you was down there celebrating due to your high achievement with your company. And I gave you kudos that week on the Lunch and Learn. So Jeffrey was one of the top earners in his company. So we want to congratulate you for that while in front of your face, not just behind your back. So well done. Who else has something that we need to celebrate? Kate, go ahead.
I just want to share something really special that happened. I think most people
can't hear you.
Can you speak up? Try again, Kate. We can't hear you at all now.
That's really weird.
Well, when you bend over sideways and hold your finger up.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
That's better.
Yes.
I can take those out for a minute. So I just wanted to really celebrate. I mean, I think most of you know how much I love to sing. And when I don't sing, the world just isn't the same color. I'm just going to throw that in there. And I had a friend last Sunday say to me, what is it that you're not doing right now that brings you an incredible amount of joy? And I said, singing. And she said, well, she said, then maybe it's time to start doing it again. And so the next morning I got up and I went, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually sing a Christmas carol a cappella outside every morning until now, from now until Christmas. And I will probably continue with the rest of my song list, and I may start adding music, but right now it's a cappella. And it's really, really lifted my spirit tremendously. I found my joy just really up level. So I just wanted to share that. So I do it live on Facebook. So if we're not connected on Facebook, it would be around 8 o'clock PST.
Well, you have a beautiful voice, as does Sara Bazan. I don't know anybody else on here, but I have heard both of you sing, and just an amazing, amazing voice. Any other celebration and kudos that we'd like to add? Yes, Haley.
Thank you so much, Nancy. This week marked 3 special anniversaries in the lives of my clients. One of my dear clients, a marriage counseling client, celebrated 2 years cocaine-free and managing adult ADHD in their marriage having a trauma specialty. Seeing this couple stay together with their 4 babes, it makes me want to cry. Another anniversary this week is a couple I helped who had an 8-year affair. My goodness. They mark this week their 1-year anniversary since we renewed their vows in Costa Rica. And the last one is something I've never been asked before, and I'm going to need to get ordained. A couple who was in struggle that we put back together, then got engaged, and they've asked me to officiate their wedding in Jamaica this June. And I'm like, where do we begin? So the Jewish girls got to get ordained to perform a wedding ministry ceremony. It's a whole fun thing.
Awesome. Reach out to Tara Antler. She'll help you.
Thank you, Miss Michelle. I love you.
I love you too.
These are the
honey.
moments we live for, right? Is when we see our clients get what they came to get and stay in the getting of it, that they get to hold their results. So this stuff just tickles my soul.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me share.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome. We have time for one more. Anybody else?
Claudio has his hands up.
Okay, Claudio, go ahead.
I must be hiding behind something.
You are. I've got multiple pages. I'm having to click back and forth.
On my screen, I'm right next to you, so I'm like,
Colors of your background match your shirt, and you match you're like a chameleon. You blend in real well.
yeah. That's always been my favorite movie, The Christmas Carol, the original one. So that's why I've got that up there. And I wanted to keep it black and white just to respect the movie itself. So. Anyway, this past Wednesday, we had the pleasure, we were at a holiday event, and we actually got to listen to Marilyn Monroe sing. So it was a phenomenal rendition of a Christmas song. She looked a lot like Kate, but it had to be the original Marilyn Monroe. So yeah, that was a great time on Wednesday. That was awesome.
Well, I'm thinking before we leave here today, we're going to have to sing a Christmas carol, and she is going to have to lead us in that. Everybody agree?
Yes, I agree.
All right. Y'all remind me of that. Love that. Okay. If you have not put your contact information, I failed to do this earlier. Now would be the time. We like to keep our chat segregated and all in one place. So if you have not put your contact information, do that first. Okay. And then the next, while you're doing that, I'm going to go over a couple of announcements here. Next week will be our last Lunch and Learn for the year, and our very own Claudio and his team will be our guest presenter and facilitator for next week. So we're happy to have him and his team going to be doing that. I have sent the Secret Santa names over to your Facebook Messenger. So make sure that you get right on that. And what I ended up doing, because I said, if you want to stay in Canada, you know, I know the postage and everything. So I ended up keeping the Canadians together and the USAs together just to make it less expensive on folks. And we capped that off at $10 US dollars max. But anyways, that went out. And let's see here. Olivia, do you have any announcements that you need to make during this announcement time before we go to our events?
No announcements at this time. Nope.
All right. All right. The next thing we have is our events. This is the time, since we only have one more week left, anything between now and the end of the year that you might have coming up. Now would be the time that you can make that announcement here to the group, and you can also put it in the chat. And if you have a link or anything like that that you'd like to do in there, because we want to support you in your efforts. Anybody have anything coming up?
Olivia does. And she's not going to say it. You know she won't.
All right, Olivia.
All right. Thank you, Lori, for reminding me. So we have a Fast Track Your Business in 2021 summit going on next week. It starts Monday, December 14, 15, and 16. I will be presenting on Tuesday, the 15th at 4 o'clock for the How to Optimize Your LinkedIn Profile. So tickets are free. I'll pop the link in the chat so you can attend the event.
Oh, that I'd love to attend. I'd love to attend that.
All right. And something else, just as a reminder, if you are a member of our tribe, which means you've joined officially, Olivia has her LinkedIn course that she did from early on, May, June, and July. She gave us a lot of great training content on LinkedIn. So if you're a member, you can access that on our Facebook page, but that is on our private Facebook page. Okay. Not the Lunch and Learn Zoom Fridays, because that's public, but on the other, it's under the units. And she did a nice sheet where you can go in there. She even told you whether you have an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 30 minutes. She's got it all broken down, and you can do that at your leisure. So her LinkedIn training is on there as well.
And I love this as a member benefit. Oh my goodness, Olivia is keeping us up. I didn't get to sleep till after 2 last night with updating my LinkedIn stuff and everything. Olivia, that is a benefit for all of us members. If you have not participated, y'all have got to get with Olivia on her sessions.
There you go.
Something that's on the timing is perfect because it's on my to-do list.
And Olivia, I believe you've started in doing, this is not going to be Olivia hour, but you didn't mention your Wednesday session. If you want to go ahead and do that too. You want to mention what?
So the webinars are weekly, and I break it down into a 4-part series just because there is that much content to cover. And so it cycles through each week. We just completed the 4-part cycle, and we're going to begin fresh next week on Wednesday with part 1, profile basics. And we'll just go through part 2, 3, and 4 with networking and content strategies. I've started doing, because of popular demand, I've started doing Tuesday nights now at the same time, 8:30 Eastern, which is a public demo profile. So if you would like to volunteer your profile to be in a hot seat and for a class demo, you know, that is available as an option too. And that's Tuesdays.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, one of the things as we're going into the end of the year, we had our mastermind session. We have our mid-month strategy session on the second Tuesday of each month from 11:30 to 1 on Zoom. And we went over excuse me, our end of year review and started thinking about the goals that we have for our upcoming year. And one of the things that I want us to be tracking, and I'm going to work together with a few of you so that we can mastermind this out and figure out the easiest, best way to do this. We are officially number one. We're a platform where entrepreneurs gather, but there's a couple of things that we do. And our primary focus was to become referral partners for one another, to do joint ventures, collaborations, and all of those things. And so I want us to start tracking those and bring those forward each time. For example, Kate just did a collaboration. She did a collaboration with who? Do you remember that? Our makeup gal? You remember what her name is?
Agata.
Yes. Okay. So that benefited both of those. So you need to be looking around and find people that you can cooperate with to do these events so that everyone wins. We've had several summits, several workshops, different things like that that we've all participated in, outside this group. And it's been really unbelievable, some of the things. And I don't want us to lose sight of that. That's what we're here for. And sometimes we're not bringing those forward unless you're in the know. You don't know that that's going on behind the scenes. But that is very powerful because we're leveraging each of our networks and our spheres of influence to increase our reach. And it's been tremendous. Sarah and Olivia did one, together. Very, very powerful. And that, wonderful. And so be thinking about that. Another thing that I want you to think about is some of you have told me, your cash flow's down. You would love to be doing quite a bit more, but maybe you don't have the cash. One of the most powerful leveraging tools that you can use is barter. I barter all the time with folks. It's okay. I have a certain skill set. Somebody else has a certain skill set. So get together and don't be afraid to ask, because you may be surprised. You may have something that I need and I have something that you need. Let's talk. And I'm not saying me personally, I'm saying anybody in our tribe or anybody, the worst case scenario, the worst thing that somebody could say is what?
No.
No. Very few times have somebody said no that I have asked to do a barter. In fact, I think there's only been one this whole entire year that has said no to me on a barter exchange, And how do you set up a barter? Some of you may be thinking that. Well, you need to make sure that it's a win-win, make sure that it's fair, make sure you're giving more than you're taking, right? That way the other person feels respected and not just thinking that you're doing all the taking. So does anybody have anything that they would like to add before we move on? Yes, Haley.
I would love to give you fabulous folks a chance to come to something for free that isn't free, because I really appreciate you having me as a guest today in the Ugly Sweater. I run a class called Designing Your Best Year Ever. I taught it twice 2 weeks ago to 40 folks who asked me to teach it one more time. I did put it in the group. It is happening next Thursday, the last time of the year. It's to help you plan a beautiful 2021. And if you would like to come and enjoy that class at no cost, just for having me be here today, you can reach out to me. Would love to have you there. And it's a beautiful way to close out this awesome, not awesome, awesome year and make space for a better one. So Kate knows all about that work. And Kate, thank you so much for inviting me to be with you today.
Thank you very much. Now would be the time that if you have any events coming up, put those in your chat, in the chat, if you have not already done so. We want to make sure that, again, like I said, that we are able to support you. All right.
Hey, Nancy, can I announce my event for tomorrow?
Yes, I'm sorry. I missed you. Go ahead.
That's okay. So holiday stress is upon us, and I'm inviting everybody to a Take a Mind Break. And this is going to be happening tomorrow, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a free workshop to understand about stress resilience during the holidays. Thank you.
Good class. Nancy, this is being recorded, so I'll be able to watch this again. I'm trying to capture everyone's links, so I'll be able to see this.
Yes, and you'll be able to also save the chat at the end, and so you'll have everybody's content. Yes, Claudio.
Okay.
Yeah, just wanted to announce as well. I mean, we do it 3 times a week, but there is a presentation tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where my mentor and the gentleman that originally introduced me to Cash FX does a quick presentation and will show you his back office and how he managed to earn over $220,000 US in 14 months with this company. So it's a phenomenal opportunity. If anybody wants to check it out, doesn't cost you anything. Just come on. It's about an hour and you'll see what we do.
When are they going US?
I'm interested in that.
And we'll come back next Friday also.
Yeah,
there's a little plug. Come back next Friday.
It's coming, Jeffrey. They're actually going to be revamping the entire system. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. You're going to be able to earn so much more money. And part of that is being able to get into the US. So we're really excited about that too.
Thank you.
Just so y'all know, our co-op started out with $498 in Bitcoin, and it's almost doubled in like 2 months. Just saying, that's our co-op cash. In case anybody was wondering, that's a little tidbit. All right, Helen, did you have something before we move on?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, thanks, Nancy, that I have started a brand new webinar that I'm offering once a month. So this is actually on telling your own story. It's an introduction on using story in your business. So this month, the event is going to be the 16th of December at 1 o'clock EST. If you'd like to get a story template bio as a downloadable PDF, you can join that webinar, kind of follow along and figure out how to build your own story if you're a do-it-yourselfer.
All right, thank you very much, Kate.
It's funny, Helen, I've been listening to the audiobooks for Donald Miller, learning about, he is just, it's fantastic. I think everyone should educate themselves about that storytelling and the difference it makes. It's something simple things you can do to really turn things around. So yeah, I would love to attend that because I'm
Evelyn, put that name down in the chat in case anybody's not familiar with that author. Go ahead, Kate.
Just wanted to give Haley some kudos just on her workshop. I did do it. I'm going to try and get there this next Thursday to really get it honed in. I wanted to share that I am having a life success board party as well on Tuesday night. So anybody that's available on Tuesday night, it's from 7:30 to 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I'll put it in the chat.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we need to move along.
Olivia and I are speaking in a conference next Wednesday, and Olivia, I'm trying to find the silly link. Do you have?
She put it in there. I did not realize that you were in there too. Congratulations,
Yeah.
and I did not see you come in.
What,
Welcome, Jessica.
You didn't do a shout out for me, Olivia. What is going on?
Oh, thank you.
Buddies.
Okay.
Wait, Nancy, Gary, and Jessica came in late. And they weren't able to do their introductions. Could we give them?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Jessica.
My apologies. I was with
That's
a
okay.
client, and as a matter of fact, it's a client that I'm collaboratively working with Blaney Teal from this group. So
fantastic.
This group does lots of great things together. I'm Jessica Koch of Jessica Koch Consulting. Thank you for allowing me to be tardy and still share. I do sales and marketing, LinkedIn and social media training, and most importantly, I have a virtual assistant membership program where we'll do all the work for you. Anything you need done. So you should call me. That's it.
Excited. Oh my gosh.
Jessica, what was your favorite Christmas carol or Christmas movie?
So Christmas in Connecticut. Have you guys heard of that one? It's an old movie and it's fantastic. So if you like old movies like Holiday Inn and White Christmas, look up Christmas in Connecticut. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. Put that
Jessica,
in the chat.
I need your contact information. I'm looking for a VA.
All right. Fantastic. Gary Sizemore, welcome.
Thank you. Sorry I'm late. Had some other training that I needed to attend. Do you or someone you know are you or someone you know looking for a new career? If so, my name is Gary Sizemore. I'm a career ownership coach and I'd love to work with you. Give me a call or shout out on the hashtag own your career. And Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, that's another good one. Yeah, y'all had some really excellent ones. Speaking of training, and when we first come on, right now, there's several of us that's in Eric Worre's GoPro conference right now. And I just want to share just something spectacular. This is making history beginning today. There are 46,000 people on Zoom right now for the next 3 days. And I think it's over 26 countries. And it's been, I mean, I got on there before and then I'll get on after. And like I said, it's going on for the next couple of days. And they were giving the first session away for everybody on a Facebook Live. I believe I posted that to my wall, but this has never been done before. So it's been amazing just to watch it unfold and all of that. And he normally does it. It doesn't matter if you're not in direct sales, because any business can benefit from this world-class training that they provide. But it is geared towards, anybody that's in direct sales, and it's generic, like world-class training. And Eric Worre is the godfather of that. So if you've never heard of him, you need to look him up. But that's going on right now for the next couple of days. I'm not an affiliate, not getting any cash off of that. I just want to say I love all his work and I try and get involved in all of that training. So without further ado, now it's time to get into our learn aspect of the Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday. And one of the things that we do is we like to provide personal and professional development, and we bring forward topics and things that would be of interest to entrepreneurs. And so I am thrilled today. Our guest speaker, our featured speaker is Miss Sara Bazan. So come on down, join with me to welcome Sara, folks.
Hi, everyone. I was very, very honored when Nancy asked me to speak. I work with entrepreneurs as well as being the profitable video expert and have my profitable video course. I also have long-term coaching programs for entrepreneurs to become empowered leaders. And so for the program that I've developed it's got the 4 pillars of success. And when I talked to Nancy so about, okay, it's 15 minutes, what should I cover? And so I suggested we do the first pillar, which is clarity. And clarity is always the start of any business. If you want success, you need to know why you're doing it and where you're going, right? So if you have those 2 pieces in place, then you have a much more chance, a better chance of really having the success that you desire. So I'm going to go through some of the pieces of that clarity pillar so that you all can make sure that 2021 is going to be the best, absolute best year, and that your business gets exponentially growing and scaling and getting the type of traction and momentum you want. But if even if you've already been in business for a while, it's always too good to go back and review your why, your purpose for your business. And I always talk with my clients about the 2 different whys. One is your personal why, like why are you doing the business? And for many of us, of course, we might want to, make more money. But I encourage you all to search for a deeper, more significant emotional why. And the reason why that emotion is so important, I'm a psychotherapist. I've been a psychotherapist for over 15 years. And there's a very powerful drive that comes from emotion. So when you can dig deep into your personal why you're doing it, it often can be, I want more time to be with my family. I want a flexible, right? I'm going into business because I want a flexible schedule so that I can spend more time with my family, take care of my kids, take care of my parents, or whatever it is. I encourage you to get that clear and remind yourself. Because one of the things is when we get into business, we're very busy. We're doing all kinds of things. We're wearing a lot of hats oftentimes if you're a solopreneur. And it's important to remind yourself of what is that deeper why. And I encourage people to even put it on the wall, as a reminder every morning. The other part of the why is your business why. And what I've noticed for over the years working with entrepreneurs, I like to work with mission-driven entrepreneurs because it's important to also know, like, what is the deeper purpose? Because again, it can drive you and drive your business forward when you're clear on what it is, the reason that you're doing it. So what is the difference you want to make in the world? For myself, I can share mine. So I train and coach mission-driven entrepreneurs and experts to become empowered leaders so that they can make a bigger impact on the world. And I have chosen my niche to be entrepreneurs because I personally believe that as problem solvers, as risk takers, as people who think outside of the box, it's the entrepreneurs that are going to make the difference in the world and get for future generations. Because for me, I'm very passionate about the environment and about, peace and social, right? Social, positive social interactions. And so for me, I really believe that entrepreneurs are going to make that difference. And so for me, my business has a very powerful why, and it comes from deep in my heart and the positive change I want to make in the world. So what can the piece I do? Now, if you notice that in my why statement, I say I train and coach. And this goes into the other part that I want you to think about as you move into 2021. What is it that you love to do the most? What is your passion? Because another piece of this, purpose statement for your business is to know what is going to be your role. Are you going to be the inspirer? Are you going to be the connector? In my case, I train and coach because I think I was just born to teach, born to train. I absolutely love it. I light up whenever I have a class. That's why I like to teach my live class, right? Instead of just recording it, because I love that interaction. I love being with people and seeing their lights, right, shine and their sparks start to fly and they really get it and start to grow and transform, as well as working with individuals, because I've been working with individuals for so long and I just love to see them transforming. That's my passion. And that's where my drive comes from. And when you really following that, when you get that clear and you are following that vision that you have for your why and your greater purpose, then the work becomes so much easier. A lot of people say, how can you, work? So, I see a lot of clients, I have a lot of things going on and yet I never seem to tire. And it's really because deep down inside, I'm driven by my deep purpose and I know why I'm doing it. And I absolutely love what I'm doing. So this is a piece that I encourage all of you as you're going into 2021, even if you've done it before, go back and revisit it and make sure that you are really in alignment with your deeper why, your altruistic why, as well as your personal why. And then that piece about your niche, which is again, get clarity. So this is the clarity pillar, right? This is the basis foundation for any business. What is your niche? What is your target audience? Who do you absolutely love to work with? Because again, what I want you all to, and all of my clients and anybody that I work with and all of you, this wonderful community that Nancy has put together, I want all of you to have joy in your work and feel good about it and get energized by it. So always think about who is it? It's not necessarily who am I going to be able to, make the most money with, right? But it's who am I going to find joy? Who do I really, really love working with? So again, that's the purpose statement. It's I, and then what it is you like to do. For me, it's train and coach. For you, it could be inspire, it could be connect, and then your target audience, right? So that's part of that clarity. And then also the bigger piece is where do you want them to go? And ultimately for yourself, the next piece for your clarity is to know not only like what it is that I want to be doing in the next year, but also what's the vision for my company, right? For my business, as far as how big do I want to grow? Because having a strategy and knowing where you want to go will help you then, reverse engineering, as they say, get back to what do I need to do now? What I need to do this week? What I need to do in the next month to get there? And it could be hire a VA, like Evelyn was talking about. It could be hire a VA. It could be hire a copywriter. It could be, whatever it is that you need as support to reach that goal. But you won't know that unless you really look at where do I want to be in a year and then reverse engineer. So that's another really important piece of this, of getting that clarity, because it will help you be successful. Ultimately, these are the 4 pillars of success. It's how to make sure that you are going to be successful in your endeavor. So, I call it like aligning your passion with your purpose, but then also setting the vision, like having the vision really crystal clear of not only how big do you want to get your business going, but what do you want to be doing in it? And then what are the other pieces that you need to then hire out? Or as Nancy was saying earlier, not only hire out, but you can also JV with people. Like I recently met another coach who we are so in alignment in what we do, and he's a marketing and salesperson. That's not my strength. I'm a teacher and a coach and a trainer, right? So the marketing isn't necessarily my strength, but we can join forces, and we're working on a summit for 2021. So I'm just using that as an example for you all to take what Nancy's saying and take advantage of this incredible community here to think, plan, strategize, and find the collaborative partners you need, or hire the people that you need to ultimately make sure that that vision for 2021 is going to come to fruition. You are going to manifest that because you have, set your clear goal, you've set your purpose, you've got your strategy, and then it's really about the implementation. And the other pillar I have is really about that conviction. And so it's believing in yourself. But I have to say that when you have your vision clear and when you have a strategy and you have a team, it becomes easier to believe in that vision, because it's not just on yourself. As I know, we've got some great coaches in this group, and entrepreneurs need coaches, because especially solopreneurs, because we are, it's hard to always lift yourself up and do every day the things you need to do. So having that belief becomes easier when you have partners and when you have other people to just bounce ideas off of, or, like Olivia wants to do a webinar, and I hadn't done a webinar before, but after talking to her on the phone, I suddenly got totally energized with the idea. So Olivia has been such an incredible just a positive force in my business. And so I encourage you all to, kind of piggybacking on Nancy's point, but I think it fits in with the message that I'm giving today. And so Nancy, did you have, I don't know about the time, I'm not timekeeping, but also did we want to do questions and answers? Or of course I have lots more to say, but
yes, I'd like to go ahead and open up the floor. And if anybody has any questions that they would like to ask Sara, now would be the time. Go ahead. Do we have any questions?
Marcia here. I just want to make a comment, Sara. What I have noticed in my own experience and working with other people, that if people are not aligned with their passion and purpose, then by default, that individual will procrastinate. And many people come to realize, will ask themselves, well, why can't I get motivated? Why can't I get up out of bed? And I think that's the very reason, because they're not being pulled by something bigger than themselves. And if you're not aligned, then you can't force yourself to do something you don't want to do.
Thank you so much, Marcia. You said it beautifully. Totally validated what I was saying. Thank you.
Also, in building trust with your ideal customer, if you're not clear, and that's what I'm learning, I know what I want and the message I want to give off, but if you're not making that clear in your social media and all the different ways they can connect with you, it's going to be hard to build their trust. It's going to be confusing to them. What is your goal? How are you going to help me? And that's where story brand comes in, really being clear. Like I've learned, you have to niche down. And in travel, it's so big. I could sell travel all over the world, but I've learned to niche down, like with my destination weddings. I'm only doing the Caribbean and Mexico. For honeymoons and other travel is worldwide. But even with that, I want to even niche down even more, working on that. So it's clear to my ideal client the services I provide and how I can help them solve their problem. Yeah.
No, that's such, and if you don't have that clarity first, then like the next steps are really you getting your purpose, getting your your target audience, and then comes the messaging, right? Creating your packages, right? And then how do you put your message out there? So it's a really good point.
Sara, one other thing, just to segue off what Iveline was saying. So once you have the clarity, then you have the confidence. And then from that, you can go on to develop the content with the right message, which is your copy or your copywriting, which leads to conversions. So it's sort of like that sequence.
I think I just want to throw a tiny monkey wrench in this off, because this is where I'm struggling. Is I'm very congruent and authentic with my messaging, with my purpose, with my passion. But one of the things that I'm not aligned with is how much I have to be on this computer And also just
I hear you.
in general, being around EMF and being in this whole thing that is totally not aligned with my authentic purpose in life, which is self-care. And so I'm having a real butt head type of atmosphere. Like, you guys want to have a good laugh, I'll leave you with a good laugh. The reason I wasn't on today was because I put your Zoom on while I was having a bath. Right? Like, as in, I was having a bath, so I'm
there's
not,
a visual. There's
right?
a
Like, as in,
visual.
I needed to schedule my self-care. And I thought, you know what? I've worked out, I've eaten, I've done all the good things. I want to be on your Zoom, but I really want to have a bath. So I decided I'm going on the bath. I can't really type when my hands are wet. So I couldn't even answer you when it was my turn. Do you know what I mean? So I was laughing because I was like, if that start video hits on by accident, I'm in trouble, right? But I just thought, I really need to align this with who I am. And if I want to be connected with all of you, which I really do, but
Somebody
then
needs to mute their mic. I'm sorry, Michelle. Somebody,
all right.
a male voice is talking. Please mute your mic. Not sure who it is.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
so
Michelle.
what I'm saying is that I can't be both of these things. So I guess where you were talking, Sarah, about getting the VA is a big part of what I need. But then I put them in harm's way. Like, you know, like, as in, it's just such a pull on my psyche.
Yeah, but one thing I want to speak to that, Michelle, because it's so important. And I think for me, that's part of when I talked about, you know, what do you want to be doing? And if one of those things, I'm the same way, Michelle, it's like my self-care, my exercise, my time with nature, like those are the things that feed me. And I have to make sure I have that time. So you need to, like, yeah, that's a perfect example. And I think you actually kind of solved, right, got back to it. Like, well, if I get a VA to do these things, then I can have time to be out in nature, so that I can have the energy, so that when I do get on computer, when I do get on video, those things that perhaps, you know, it's a little bit out of balance just because of the pandemic, but you can, regenerate your energy so that you can show up powerfully on video, so you can show up powerfully on those presentations, those interviews, those networking things, right? So that self-care is so important.
And that is what my program that we're launching is all about. And it's based on the home-based and executive, right? So that's what I want to instill for them, you know, take more of your meetings, taking a walk and things like that, you know, get off the Zoom. I'm not doing it against this one, but do you know what I mean? Like, as in general, in general, I want them to just have that balance, you know, some kind of balance.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. How are we doing, Nancy?
All right, we're gonna
Haley had a question. Haley had a comment.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Haley.
I just want to share some love back to you, Michelle. I'm totally with you. I come to you on this Zoom with a wired Ethernet connection so that Wi-Fi is not coursing through my body on the Zooms. My computer and phone have lovely EMF blockers on them. And I think one of the gifts to this tech inundation, and for those, I'm a cancer survivor, 24 years cancer-free, very sensitive to radiation and EMFs. But one of the blessings is without the commutes, our day is 3 hours shorter. And it's filling those 3 hours with the overdose of self-care and nature that gives me peace with the amount of computer time I also wish I wasn't having. But there are so many blessings inside the mess. And yes, all of us are being exposed to more blue rays and more screen time and more EMF than we're used to, but we're also being gifted this extra time where we're not in traffic and we're not using retail therapy and we're not drinking our problems at the pub. And then we have all that time to recharge, as long as we use it well, as long as we use that recharge well. And so I'm with you, Michelle. I could show you my internet cord, but then my internet would get unstable.
Well, that is wonderful. And that's a way to, you know, glasses half full. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, because that is something, you know, I talk all the time about how much money I'm saving by not having to eat out at all my meetings and how many more people that I'm able to get in front of, global audience versus local or regional. So it's been, you know, a blessing for me. So Sarah, thank you very much for all that wonderful content. And that is a perfect segue into what I'm wanting to do in January. Jack Canfield has this party that he does every year, and it's Come As You Want to Be. And so what you do, you come to his cocktail party, and the whole evening you have to do nothing but talk about everything that you have accomplished in that year. So you have to act as if. So we take the vision board experience and put it on steroids. So I want our first event in January. So this means between now and January 1st, you need to have all of your big time goals set in concrete. And when you come in January, we're going to have a virtual cocktail party, and we're going to be doing nothing but going down the room, bragging on ourselves, talking about all the wonderful things that we've accomplished. And it can be, you know, whether it's how much money you made, whether you published a book, who you got introduced to, you know, all of the things that you want to accomplish in this year. And I have, I did this over in Europe through some of my seminars and stuff. And I'm curious to see how we're going to do it virtually, but it was major successful. And some of the comments that I had gotten from people was, it's like back in the day when I was a kid playing Barbies, playing dress up, playing this. And you will see at first it's difficult to do, but then you get into character and the mindset and your state and your confidence. All of a sudden, you know, at first you're going to feel like you're telling white lies. I'll be honest with you, you know, because it's not happened yet, but you need to get beyond that and start thinking, just like we all know, most people in this group know about manifestation and all of those things. We believe in it. We may not be doing it as well as what we should, but I think this is going to be really fun. So our first event of the year, that's what that Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday event is going to be all about. So if you have a book cover,
what are we doing exactly? Can you describe it one more time so I can understand? I'm slow.
Have your list of all the goals. For example, if you want to write a book in 2021, then bring a mock book cover up and show it. If you have a picture, use what some of them cheater things that we can use, Olivia. Everybody knows, put yourself in those pictures. What do you call it? Well, some of that stuff that y'all do all the time.
Photoshop or something?
Yeah, hello. Photoshop's going to be your new best friend. If you want a brand new Corvette or whatever, you know, Photoshop yourself sitting in front of that. If you want to go on a first class jet ride, put yourself in there. If you have some philanthropy thing that you want to do that. But we want you to come and we want you to talk about all of those things. So we're just going to be intermittent chatting and mingling and feeling like $1 million, feeling like rock stars, and feel like we have accomplished every single dream and goal that we want to accomplish in 2021 and beyond. Yes, Claudio.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, just regarding that, I'm not sure if anybody else here in the room has ever been to one of his events, but I've been to several events from a gentleman called Colin Sprake, and he does a 3-day business mastery. And on day 2, it's all about dreams. And he would do exactly that. Everybody would write down their dreams on their own, and then we'd get in groups of 6 people. He'd have the music blaring as loud as he could, and we'd have to be yelling over it. And we'd have to say, I did this, I accomplished this, and yell and scream at the top of our lungs. What a feeling. When you get out of that group, it's just such an incredible feeling. So yeah, I believe in that 100%. It was phenomenal.
The power of manifestation.
Yeah. Yes. So was it Kate? Are you the one that's going to have the event coming up? That was like a vision board event?
Yeah,
Did I see
success
that?
board, success
Okay,
board. Yeah,
when is that?
that's next Tuesday.
All right, this would be a good time to get in on that. You can work.
Because it'll help you. It'll help you put your stuff together.
Yes.
Good idea.
And it'll be, like I said, it'll be fun. And when you come, I want you to be dressed for the occasion. If you want to, if you're saying you're a millionaire, I want you to act, walk, talk, and be If you want to be a hundredaire, a thousandaire, a millionaire, a billionaire, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, buddy, I want you to put that on. That's going to set the stage for 2021, and that's going to be a ton of fun.
Can I also add to that, Nancy?
Yes.
My guest that I invited today, Laura, is running a free workshop next week. That one of the things that she does in that workshop is actually, she could speak to this better than I can, but it is envisioning the superhero self that you are, like the best possible thing that you could be. So that would be another really cool thing for people to try and get into that mindset if they want to connect with Laura.
Okay. Laura, is that in the chat? So folks can find
Yes, I
that?
put the link in there. It's December 14th to 16th. It's a 3-day leadership challenge, and it's 1 hour from 10 a.m. Eastern to 11 a.m. So it's not a lot of your time. Basically, over the 3 days, you're actually going to see huge changes in your business in literally 3 days. So we're going to talk about what would it look like if you were the world champion of your business.
And what's exciting is I already have Laura on the schedule to be one of our featured speakers, I believe. Is that in January?
Yeah, that's going to be January. We just have to firm the dates up. It's going to be.
All right. Yeah, I've got her on the list for that. So I'm very excited. The last thing that I want to leave you with is I'm sure you have family and friends and different people in your life that are looking for opportunities. And, you know, they're looking for ways to increase their income, whether they want to help make ends meet, send their kids to camp, pay for that, you know, vacation. One of the things that I want us to really be thinking about is what it is. Somebody needs to mute their mic. It's a male again. I can't tell who it is because I have multiple screens. But anyways, I was listening to a couple of videos, and Brian Crothers was one of the primary ones that sticks to the top of my mind. That he is a multimillionaire, and what he has done is he's taken his money from his side businesses and he's invested that for his future. So now his net worth is about $26 million. And some of the things that, you know, the problems that we face is sometimes in your business, these side hustles that we do, you know, maybe you have a full-time job and this is a side hustle, you just blow all of that money. And then we get to the end here when we should be retiring, and, you know, something has happened and you don't have a nice retirement income and you wonder, how did this happen? Right? Well, one of the tools that you can use is a side business. So even though you may have family and friends and different things who may not want, you know, another job, and this is one of the things that people get into, they go get themselves another job. No, you need a business that's going to turn off and be a cash machine for your family so that you can change your family tree. That's what you want, something for your future. So I'm going to kind of challenge you to make sure that the money that's coming in from your side businesses here, or whatever it is that you're doing, that you designate a certain percentage of that income. And I'm not saying you have to put it in our co-op. That's not what I'm saying. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you need to be investing in your future, whatever that might look for, you know, whether it's, you know, in another business model, in a franchise, in real estate, in, you know, whatever it might be. But I really want you to invest first in yourself, because I believe firmly in that, because professional development, personal development is critical. Y'all have all seen my library and it continues to grow. No, I don't have enough books. And anyways, but really think about how you want to grow, what you can do with that. And I made a short little video the other day. And, you know, some people have a poor mindset when it comes to money. They think money is evil. Well, it's what you're doing with money. If you're an evil person, you're going to be more evil. But if you're a kind, generous person, you're going to be more kind and more generous. So think about all of the things that you could do if you were wealthy. Think about what Dave Ramsey must have felt like to be able to write a $10 million check to pay off all those people's debt. Just think about what it's going to be like for those people. I forget how many, I want to say it was 8 million people go to their mailboxes to find out that your debt has been canceled, paid in full by a complete stranger. Think about what that's like. The last one that was so like in my face was, think about if you had a family member that had a disease, and the only way that they could get this cure or this medical care that they needed, it was outside the country, and it was going to cost $100,000. How would you come up with that money? Wouldn't it be nice if you could be the one that it's not a big deal? Here's a check. Here's $100,000. Go take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. Those are the things that make me want to get up in the morning to think about, what could I do if, and some of you may think that $1 million is a lot of money. In the grand scheme of things, it's going to take a whole lot more of that for you to retire $1 million. And, we'll be hearing from Claudio next week, but at 3%, how much is $1 million invested at 3% going to turn off a year? Is that $30,000? Then you have taxes on top of that, here in the US. So, maybe you could live off of that. Maybe you couldn't, but those are the things that you need to be thinking about for your future. What is it you want to do with that money once you achieve it? So that's going to give you a more of an incentive to build wealth. It's not you're building wealth just to be building wealth. It is, what can I do? What kind of impact can I make, not only on my family, on my community, on the nation, on the world? I mean, you truly have an opportunity to make an impact and make a difference. And I've read that, The Dash, before, but anyways, if you've not heard that, The Dash by Linda Ellis, it's the date between your birth and your death. And what's most important is the time that's spent between those two dates. And so I'm going to leave you with that. So thank you, everybody, so very much for joining us today. Olivia, do you have any closing remarks?
Yes. Miss Kate is going to lead us off in a carol.
All right, Kate, something fun, fast, and snappy.
Okay, well, somebody said joy to the world. Are you guys okay with that? Not the whole thing, just, and really, oh no, I'm in a bad spot to do this. Hang on one second. I just have to
unmute your mics, everybody. Unmute your mics.
Hang on one sec. I just have to move where I am and then I can do this.
Why she puts us on hold, Nancy, I just want to say that what you said about emotion is really important. So when you guys come with your checklist, right next to each one of those items on your list of goals, how you would feel, because feeling, the emotion, is the recipe for manifestation success. Without that ingredient, the bread doesn't rise. It's the yeast. It is the magic ingredient that makes it happen. Without it, forget it. You have to pull in and tap into the emotional pull. And that was, Nancy was doing it intuitively, just talking about it to us, was pulling our emotion of how we would feel. You need to actually identify that emotion and write it next to the goal item on your list, because that's a mental picture and moving in your head and experiencing and going through the how you would feel is the magic. That is the answer. That is how things happen.
Thank you, Jessica. I love that. The yeast, that's the yeast. I love that. I'm going to remember that and use that. Thank you, girlfriend.
Okay. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let her receive our King. Let every heart, come
on, everybody,
in heaven and nature sing. In heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you very much. All right.
Thank you, everyone. Awesome session.
Everybody, invite all your entrepreneurial friends next week. Claudio and his team is going to be our guest speakers, and you are in for another treat. So
Absolutely.
Thank y'all, and see you soon.
Don't forget to save your chat.
Oh, yes,
save your
chat. Save your chat, everybody. If you don't know how to do that, it's the 3 little dots down on the right side of your chat, right side of the word file.
Will somebody email me the chat? I missed a lot of it. I had a meeting.
Yep.
I'll send it to you, Jess.
Thank you. I'll get 6 chats. I'll take it. I don't care. Thank you, everybody.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Thanks, Eileen, for coming to visit us.
Yes, thank you, visitors. Come back next week.
Thanks, ladies and gents. Have a great holiday.